I would say that one of the benefits of private schools is that each student gets a lot more attention from the teachers, because the teachers have more time to get to know the students.
Yeah, because you have only a small group.
Yeah, because you have just a small group, right? So you can pay more attention to them.
On each of them.
And so private schools they want to make sure that they have like 100%. Most private schools really emphasize like we need to have 100% graduation rate. Whereas like public schools are like, wow, we did great. We had like an 80% graduation rate, or, and so private schools tend to have like a emphasis on 100% graduation rate, but there's people like paying attention and making sure that kids don't, your student is a lot less likely to fall through the cracks at a private school, because the private school has that as their goal. Actually, I honestly think that public school students might actually feel more academic pressure in some ways than private school students, because it's a much more competitive environment. So if you're at a public school and there are 1,000 other people in your grade, it's much more difficult to be the top of your class than if you're at a private school where there's 60 kids. It's like, oh, I was in the top 10%, meaning I was the
loser.
Meaning, I was, number 100, right? In a private school, top 10% is like number 5 in the school, right? So it's kind of easier to get more opportunities to show your abilities and to show like leadership qualities, so it's much easier to get like, I was a class officer 3 out of 4 years. Highly, highly, highly unlikely I would have ever been a class officer if I'd been at a public school. Another thing about public schools is that you're going to have a lot more opportunity for things like AP classes and getting college credit before you graduate high school. So I know some people would prefer public schools because they actually have like more academic opportunity than a lot of the kind of Christian schools. The school that I teach at, we offer quite a few AP classes and like lots of opportunities for high achieving students to kind of demonstrate that. But I would say, at least for the Christian private school environment, I wouldn't say that it has like a super stressful like academic environment. But it probably also just depends on which school you're going to, because every school has its own unique culture.